Strategic management. The strategic management process. The strategic management process is a crucial framework used by organizations to set goals, develop strategies, and allocate resources in order to achieve long-term success and competitive advantage. It involves a series of interconnected steps that guide decision-making and actions within an organization. In this tutorial, we will delve into the intricacies of the strategic management process without using any introductory phrases. 1. Establishing the mission and vision. The first step in the strategic management process is to establish the mission and vision of the organization. The mission statement outlines the purpose, values, and overall direction of the organization, while the vision statement describes the desired future state or aspiration. These statements provide a framework for decision-making and strategy development. 2. Conducting a situation analysis. The next step involves conducting a comprehensive analysis of the internal and external factors that may affect the organization. This includes analyzing the industry structure, competitive forces, market trends, customer needs, and organizational capabilities. This analysis helps identify opportunities, threats, strengths, and weaknesses, which play a vital role in developing effective strategies. 3. Setting objectives and goals. Once the situation analysis is complete, organizations need to set objectives and goals that align with their mission and vision. Objectives are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-based, SMART targets that the organization aims to achieve. Goals provide a strategic direction and focus efforts towards the desired outcomes. 4. Developing strategy. Based on the situation analysis, organizations need to develop strategies to achieve their objectives and goals. There are various strategic options available, including differentiation, cost leadership, focus, diversification, and integration. These strategies need to be aligned with the organization's competitive advantage and overall business objectives. 5. Implementing the strategy. After the strategy is developed, it needs to be implemented throughout the organization. This involves translating the strategy into action plans, assigning responsibilities, allocating resources, and establishing performance measures. Effective implementation requires clear communication, change management, and monitoring of progress. 6. Evaluating and controlling. Continual evaluation and control are crucial to ensure that the strategy is effective and on track. Organizations need to monitor key performance indicators and make adjustments as needed. This includes reviewing performance against objectives, analyzing variances, identifying areas for improvement, and taking corrective action. 7. Reviewing and updating. The strategic management process is not a one-time exercise. Organizations need to regularly review and update their strategies to adapt to changing circumstances and stay competitive. This involves assessing the effectiveness of the current strategy, identifying emerging trends, and incorporating new insights into the strategic planning process. By following these steps in the strategic management process, organizations can effectively align their resources, capabilities, and actions to achieve their long-term objectives. It provides a systematic approach to decision-making, minimizes risks, and enhances the chances of success in an increasingly complex and competitive business environment. Business environment analysis. I. Understanding the business environment. A. Definition of the business environment. The term business environment refers to the external factors and conditions that influence an organization's operations, strategies, and decision-making processes. B. Importance of business environment. Analysis in strategic management. Business environment analysis helps organizations understand the opportunities and threats present in the external environment, which are crucial for making effective strategic decisions. C. Relationship between business environment analysis and strategic management. Business environment analysis is an integral part of the strategic management process, as it provides the necessary information to identify, evaluate, and respond to external factors that may impact the organization's performance and success. SKU. Components of the business environment. A. Macro environment. 1. Economic factors. Analyzing economic indicators such as GDP growth rate, inflation rate, interest rates, and exchange rates helps organizations understand the overall economic conditions and trends. 2. Sociocultural factors. Examining cultural norms, beliefs, values, demographics, and social trends enables organizations to identify opportunities and challenges related to customer preferences, behavior, and social responsibility. 3. Political and legal factors. Assessing the political stability, government regulations, laws, and policies helps organizations anticipate potential political risks and legal constraints that may affect their operations and strategies. 4. Technological factors. Analyzing technological advancements, innovations, and trends allows organizations to exploit new opportunities, improve operational efficiency, and stay competitive in the rapidly changing business landscape. 5. Environmental factors. Evaluating environmental sustainability practices, climate change risks, and related regulations enables organizations to incorporate environmental considerations into their strategies and operations. 6. Competitive factors. Identifying the competitive landscape, market structure, rivalry intensity, and competitive forces, for example, Porter's 5 forces, helps organizations determine their competitive position and develop appropriate strategies. B. Industry market environment. 1. Industry analysis. Conducting a thorough analysis of the industry structure, key players, market size, growth rate, and trends helps organizations understand the dynamics of their specific industry and identify strategic opportunities. 2. Customer analysis. Understanding customer needs, preferences, buying behavior, and expectations helps organizations align their products, services, and marketing efforts to better serve their target customers. 3. Supplier analysis. Assessing the power and reliability of suppliers, along with their ability to influence prices and supply chain operations, enables organizations to manage their relationships with suppliers effectively. 4. Competitor analysis. Gathering information about direct and indirect competitors, their strategies, strengths, weaknesses, and competitive advantages helps organizations formulate effective competitive strategies and respond to competitive threats. C. Internal environment analysis. 1. Resource analysis. Evaluating the organization's tangible and intangible resources, including financial, human, physical, and intellectual assets, helps identify the organization's strengths and weaknesses. 2. Capability analysis. Assessing the organization's core competencies, distinctive capabilities, and areas of expertise allows for the identification of competitive advantages and areas for improvement. 3. Value chain analysis. Analyzing the organization's value chain activities, from inbound logistics to after-sales services, helps identify opportunities for cost reduction, process improvement, and value creation. 4. Financial analysis. Examining the organization's financial statements, ratios, and performance indicators helps evaluate its financial health, profitability, liquidity, and solvency. 5. Organizational analysis. Assessing the organization's structure, culture, leadership, and capabilities helps identify potential issues and opportunities related to organizational effectiveness and alignment. 3. Techniques and tools for business environment analysis. A. PESTEL analysis. PESTEL analysis is a framework used to evaluate the political, economic, sociocultural, technological, environmental, and legal factors that may impact an organization's external environment. This analysis helps identify key external factors that may influence the organization's strategic decision-making and helps determine the priorities for the organization to address. B. Porter's 5 forces analysis. Porter's 5 forces analysis is a powerful tool to assess the competitive forces within an industry. This analysis helps organizations understand the balance of power among existing competitors, potential new entrants, substitute products, services, suppliers, and buyers. By understanding these forces, organizations can identify the level of competition and the potential profitability of an industry. C. SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is a strategic framework used to evaluate an organization's internal strengths and weaknesses as well as external opportunities and threats. This analysis helps organizations identify their competitive advantages, vulnerabilities, and areas for improvement. SWOT analysis provides valuable insights to guide the formulation and implementation of effective strategies. IV. The role of business environment analysis in strategic decision-making. A. Identifying opportunities and threats. Business environment analysis helps organizations identify potential opportunities in the external environment, such as emerging markets, changing customer needs, or technological advancements. It also helps identify threats, such as new competitors, economic downturns, or legal regulatory changes that may adversely affect the organization's performance. B. Formulating effective strategies. By understanding the business environment, organizations can develop strategies that leverage their strengths, address weaknesses, capitalize on opportunities, and mitigate threats. For example, if a technological trend presents an opportunity, the organization may develop a strategy to invest in R&D or form strategic alliances to stay ahead of the competition. C. Minimizing risks. Business environment analysis allows organizations to anticipate and proactively respond to potential risks. By identifying risks early on, organizations can develop contingency plans, adjust their strategies, or diversify their operations to minimize the impact of negative events. D. Enhancing competitiveness. Through continuous monitoring and analysis of the business environment, organizations can stay updated on industry trends, customer preferences, and competitor strategies. This knowledge can help organizations gain a competitive edge by adjusting their strategies and operations accordingly. In conclusion, business environment analysis is a fundamental component of strategic management. It involves analyzing the external factors and conditions that influence an organization's operations and decision-making processes. By understanding the business environment, organizations can identify opportunities, mitigate threats, formulate effective strategies, and enhance their competitiveness. Through techniques such as PESTEL analysis, Porter's 5 Forces analysis, and SWOT analysis, organizations can gain valuable insights to guide their strategic decision-making. Overall, business environment analysis plays a crucial role in helping organizations adapt to the dynamic and complex business environment and achieve sustainable success. SWOT analysis and competitive advantage. One key tool in strategic management is the SWOT analysis, which helps identify an organization's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. By understanding these factors, organizations can leverage their strengths, address their weaknesses, exploit opportunities, and mitigate threats, thus gaining a competitive advantage in the market. SWOT analysis. 1. Strengths. Identifying internal strengths. In this step, organizations need to evaluate their resources, capabilities, and core competencies that set them apart and give them an advantage over competitors. Analyzing advantages over competitors. Organizations need to identify their unique selling points, superior product quality, brand recognition, or innovative technology that provides an edge over rivals. 2. Weaknesses. Identifying internal weaknesses. Organizations should be aware of areas where they lack resources, capabilities, or specific skills that may put them at a disadvantage. Analyzing areas for improvement. Recognizing weaknesses allows organizations to devise strategies to overcome them and enhance their overall performance. 3. Opportunities. Identifying external opportunities. Organizations should evaluate market trends, changes in customer preferences, emerging technologies, or shifts in regulatory policies that present potential opportunities. Analyzing growth prospects. By identifying opportunities, organizations can develop strategies to tap into new markets, diversify their product offerings, or expand their customer base. 4. Threats. Identifying external threats. Organizations need to remain vigilant about market competition, changing customer needs, economic downturns, or governmental regulations that may hinder their growth or profitability. Analyzing potential risks. Recognizing threats enables organizations to devise strategies to mitigate risks or build contingency plans to navigate challenging situations effectively. Competitive advantage. Once the SWOT analysis is complete, organizations can leverage their strengths and opportunities to gain a competitive advantage in the market. Competitive advantage refers to the unique qualities that allow an organization to outperform its competitors and achieve superior financial performance. Here are some ways organizations can build and sustain a competitive advantage. 1. Cost leadership. Organizations can focus on cost reduction strategies, such as economies of scale, efficient supply chain management, or process optimization, to offer products or services at a lower price than their competitors. 2. Differentiation. Organizations can differentiate their products or services by offering unique features, superior quality, enhanced customer experience, or innovative solutions that set them apart from competitors. 3. Focus strategy. Organizations can concentrate on a specific market segment or niche by tailoring their products or services to meet the specific needs of a particular customer group. 4. Innovation. Organizations can foster a culture of innovation and invest in research and development to introduce new products, processes, or technologies that disrupt the market and create a competitive edge. 5. Customer relationship management. Organizations can build strong customer relationships through personalized marketing strategies, exceptional customer service, loyalty programs, or effective customer feedback mechanisms. Conclusion. In strategic management, conducting a SWOT analysis and leveraging it to develop a competitive advantage is crucial for organizational success. By understanding the internal strengths and weaknesses and external opportunities and threats, organizations can identify the appropriate strategies to address these factors and gain a competitive edge in the market. Whether through cost leadership, differentiation, focus, innovation, or customer relationship management, organizations can position themselves as market leaders and achieve their long-term goals. Formulating and implementing strategies. Strategic management plays a vital role in the success of businesses. It involves formulating and implementing strategies that guide the organization towards achieving its goals and objectives. In this tutorial, we will explore the process of formulating and implementing strategies in relation to the main topic of strategic management. 1. Assessing the internal and external environment. Before formulating strategies, it is crucial to assess the internal and external environment of the organization. This involves analyzing the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, SWOT analysis, of the organization. Conducting a thorough analysis helps identify the internal capabilities and resources of the organization, as well as external factors that may impact its performance. 2. Defining the vision, mission, and objectives. Once the internal and external analysis is complete, the next step is to define the organization's vision, mission, and objectives. The vision statement describes the future state the organization aims to achieve, while the mission statement outlines the purpose of the organization. Objectives are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals that help align the organization's activities with its overall strategy. 3. Developing strategic options. After defining the vision, mission, and objectives, it is time to generate strategic options. This involves brainstorming different strategies that align with the organization's goals and objectives. Strategic options can include market expansion, product diversification, strategic partnerships, mergers and acquisitions, and cost leadership, among others. It is important to consider the internal and external factors when developing strategic options. 4. Evaluating and selecting strategies. Once a range of strategic options has been generated, it is necessary to evaluate and select the most suitable strategies for the organization. This evaluation can be done through various methods, such as financial analysis, risk assessment, and feasibility studies. The selected strategies should align with the organization's resources, capabilities, and competitive advantage. It is crucial to prioritize the strategies based on their potential impact and feasibility. 5. Formulating action plans. Once the strategies have been selected, it is essential to formulate detailed action plans. Action plans provide a roadmap for implementing the strategies and achieving the set objectives. Each action plan should include specific tasks, responsible individuals, timelines, and resource allocation. This ensures that everyone involved in the implementation process understands their roles and responsibilities. 6. Implementing strategies. The implementation phase involves executing the action plans and putting the strategies into action. This requires effective communication, coordination, and monitoring of progress. The involvement and commitment of all employees are crucial for successful strategy implementation. Regular evaluation and feedback help identify any deviations or issues that need to be addressed promptly. 7. Monitoring and controlling. Once the strategies are implemented, it is necessary to continuously monitor and control the progress. This involves tracking key performance indicators and comparing them against the set objectives. Regular evaluation helps identify any gaps or deviations and allows for necessary adjustments. The organization should have a system in place to collect and analyze data and use it to make informed decisions. 8. Reviewing and adjusting strategies. Periodic review and adjustment of strategies are essential to ensure their relevance and effectiveness. The business environment is dynamic, and organizations need to adapt to changes to stay competitive. Regular reviews help identify emerging opportunities or threats and allow for appropriate adjustments in strategies. It is important to involve stakeholders in the review process to gather different perspectives and insights. In conclusion, formulating and implementing strategies is a critical component of strategic management. It involves assessing the internal and external environment, defining the vision, mission, and objectives, developing strategic options, evaluating and selecting strategies, formulating action plans, implementing strategies, monitoring and controlling progress, and reviewing and adjusting strategies. The process is iterative and requires continuous evaluation and adaptation to ensure the organization's long-term success.